Hello everyone, this is Livio here, coming at you with the second video of our Bitcoin 101 video series. Before we get to it, I would like to take the time to answer one of our subscribers' questions, Nusakara. Nusakara asks, how did Bitcoin first get a price? And it sounds like a very convoluted answer that would be expected of me, but it's not. All it is buyers who wanted to buy Bitcoin came to an agreement with those who own Bitcoin that Bitcoin should be traded at a certain price. This was true when Bitcoin first got priced, and it was only a few cents or a few dollars, all the way to now where Bitcoin just surpassed the $10,000 mark. Different volume, sure, but the mechanism is still the same. This is true with every financial product. Buyers and sellers come to an agreement on price. I hope that answers your questions, Nusakara. And let's get down to the video. Today, we're going to talk about the history of Bitcoin. In order to do that, we're going to go way beyond 2009 and the creation of Bitcoin. We're going to go back to the Second World War, the Cold War, and look at the advancement of two technologies that made Bitcoin possible: cryptography and distributed communication networks. Let's look at cryptography. Cryptography saw its greatest advancements in World War II. Now, World War II was a conflict between two parties, the Axis and the Allies. We all know the stories, the strategies, the generals, but did you guys know of the deep underlying conflict with cryptography? So what cryptography is a branch of mathematics that deals with securing communications over a network when adversaries are trying to listen in. We don't need to encrypt everything, but we do need to encrypt vital information, and this was obvious to the participants in this global conflict. The Germans had created a nigh unbreakable code called the Enigma code. This gave them a massive advantage. They could communicate with each other at will, essentially. They could plan their U-boat attacks with almost impunity. However, the Allies did not have such secure communications. This was one of the many factors that initially gave Germany such an advantage. But then the cryptographer Alan Turing broke the code. He broke the Enigma code, and I'll leave you with the source below, but it's been estimated that his work has saved 3 to 4 years of warfare and up to 21 million lives, just by breaking the cryptography of the Germans. This goes to show you how important it is to keep your private information secured. The impact can be massive. Now let's go to the Cold War. The Cold War saw the rise of distributed communication networks. The United States, out of fear that a nuclear attack by the Soviet Union on Washington, D.C. would shut down all communications and paralyze the country, they tasked the Department of Defense with creating a decentralized network. This was known as ARPANET, and it's a predecessor of the internet. In the 80s and 90s, this technology was taken into the commercial mainstream realm, and now we have the internet as we know it. So the next question now is, what happened to cryptography? Unfortunately, cryptography, throughout this time of great communication developments, remained relegated to academics and computer geeks. Some of these computer geeks sat down together in 1992, called themselves Cypherpunks, and realized that all communication was essentially unsecured. If a government or malicious actor wanted to, they could mass surveil everyone by taking advantage of this new global communication system. So they sat together and realized they had to advance cryptographic technology and bring it to the mainstream to secure the rights of the individual and their privacy. They saw things coming, such as the Edward Snowden leaks. Link provided below, but I'm sure you've already heard of this. One of their main goals was the creation of a cryptographically secure currency that would not be controlled by governments or corporations. In order to do that, though, two conditions have to be solved. 1. This currency cannot be created or issued by a central authority. 2. This currency cannot be copy-pasted at will. So number 1 was quite easy to solve. Adam Back in 1997, through his project Hashcash, managed to solve it through something called proof of work. But the second condition, turns out, is very difficult to solve. In fact, the Cypherpunks did not manage to solve this, and had basically given up on hope of creating a decentralized currency. Satoshi Nakamoto, however, in 2009, published something called the white paper. I'll provide the link below, where he explains how he solves that problem. He then launched the currency and created Bitcoin as we know it. So we saw the historical context in which Bitcoin was created. It's kind of crazy to think that this decentralized free currency was created out of nowhere in 2009, but this was not the case. Bitcoin was the result of decades of advancements in cryptography, in distributed communication networks, fueled by the competitive nature of warfare and geopolitical conflicts. 40 years of that. Then we had about 10 to 15 years of a dedicated, small, passionate, highly technically advanced group of crypto-anarchists who molded these technologies into one vision. So there you have it, guys, the history of cryptocurrency. If you like the content, click like and subscribe below. If you guys want to send us a question, we'd be more than happy to answer it. In fact, even better, email us at info@onerosgroup.com. If you want to check out the services we provide for those who really want to learn about crypto, check out our website, www.onerosgroup.com. So there you guys have it. I will see you in the next video of the Bitcoin 101 video series, which is, where does Bitcoin get its value from? Take care.